Hey, how you doing? It's time for another Waylon Jennings guitar lesson. I'll take my capo off here. I'm going to need that later. Try and guess which song we're going to need that for. Once again, a lot of responses since the last video. Always cool to hear from people. I set up the email address waylonlessons@gmail.com for people to correspond, and it's been really cool to hear from people. So, I'm going to address one of the requests right away, and that's Brown-Eyed Handsome Man, the intro. It's kind of like a combination of stuttering picking and chicken picking. Which, I mean, that's the way chicken picking usually sounds, you know, that whole... But you can do that with a pick, can't you? You know, you can get that sort of sound, but the way Waylon plays this is kind of a combination of those two things. I'd have to check my Bear Family box set book to see if Waylon plays the lead on the original. I think it might be Wayne Moss. It sounds an awful lot like the style in Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line, but that's kind of irrelevant because we know that he has played it live. And Jake from Canada, 14 years old, sent me sent me a video of Waylon playing it from memory. It's like on Hee-Haw or some such, which I've seen a bunch of times, and it's really cool. He's so laid back. You can tell he's about to drift through the outlaw phase of his career. And it would have been a cool time to watch him, you know, in the heat of the moment, because you could just feel he was about to latch onto something huge. Anyway, the intro. I'm going to play it. I've got a kind of a phase flange thing going on here. That's just for kicks. Like, I'll change my Waylon tone for every video. And it's kind of to suit the second song we're going to do. But even then, it's a bit overboard. But it's kind of fun. So, here we go. Intro to Brown-Eyed Handsome Man. I screw it up the first time, of course. Here we go. You know, nothing too crazy going on there. It's quite simple. You play the 5th fret on the high E string, that's an A note. Notice I kind of don't apply full pressure the whole time. The first few notes are kind of, you press down half. You're almost muting with your left hand, your fretting hand. Then the last note, you fret properly. Then you pick the 5th fret on the B string, you bend that, pull off to the 3rd fret on the B string. The 4th fret on the G you bend up, you play the 3rd fret on the B, then you play the 5th on the high E, so we've got... You've got to chicken pick that one, so you can go like G pick, B pick, high E with your finger, then pick that B note, the note on the B again, which is the 3rd fret. You should still have that note on the G bent, bent up. Pick that, bring it a bit down, and pick the 2nd fret on the G. You get this. That's the intro. Really simple. The hardest part is just really kind of getting those half muting kind of things going. When it moves up a full step, it just moves up a full step. You move it up 2 frets, and that's the key change. So, that's Brown-Eyed Handsome Man. Now, I'm going to put a capo on, and hopefully this is going to be in tune. That might not be quite firm enough. I want to do a really quick version of... It's a terrible capo, by the way. I've got to get myself a proper Dunlop one. I had like 3 of them, but I lost them all at gigs. There we go. That should be passable. Alright, this is a quick version of Ain't No Good Chain Gang. This won't be perfect. This is kind of in the spirit of There Ain't No Good Chain Gang. It is played in the key of B flat or A sharp. They're the same, you should know that. So yeah, capo on the first fret, because that's how Waylon played it. When they did it live with the Highwaymen, it was just played in A. So you do the same licks, just kind of pretend this isn't here, move everything down a fret, because the capo is, of course, moving the nut up. Kind of like doing a bar chord, you know. I'm using a very kind of, as I said, a flange and phase tone. It's a very, very, very kind of 70s live Waylon tone, if you've heard any bootlegs. I'm not going to nail this, but I'm going to get close enough to where you'll be able to hopefully take something away from it. I might do a chorus into it, so I'm going to sing, watch out. There ain't no good in an evil-hearted woman, and I ain't cut out to be no Jesse James. And you don't go writing hot checks down in Mississippi, and there ain't no good chain gang. Alright, this isn't going to be a full-on lesson on this, but I'll get you in the ballpark. What you're doing is a lot like what I've taught, I think, in the first 2 lessons, definitely the first lesson. You know, it's a variation on that kind of playing an A chord with one finger, as you can see, actually an A power chord. Picking the A string, and also the D string, so that's the A and the E notes, and the G, you do with your finger. Just kind of getting that rhythm going. And you'll hammer onto the 4th fret, it's actually the 5th, but we'll pretend the capo isn't there and we're playing open. The 4th fret of the A string. Bend up the 4th on the G. So. You can see that. Open D. And then play 2, 3, 4. Kind of do like a, I don't even nail that part, it's like a pull-off thing, 2 to 4, 2 to 4, 4 to 2. On the D, bend down the 4th on the A to the open D. This lick here is a classic. Alright, you got your finger on the 2nd fret of the G, and you're picking the kind of like the 4th on the D, and you're pulling that off to the open, and then but also you're doing that with your pick, but you're also with your finger picking that 2nd fret on the G. So you just got to feel it. I'll go into it in more depth in a future lesson. This is just a quick run through. Then you've got 2nd fret to the 4th on the D for the F sharp minor, and then think I screwed up the first time I played it a little bit. You're just going D, C, A, G, A. And as for that riff that runs through the whole thing, which is an A chord, you play an E note. It's like a hammer-on pull-off thing with a G note on the low E string, so it'd be the 3rd fret. In this case it's the 4th, but again, pretend the capo's not there. It's the easiest way to think of it. There you have it. That is There Ain't No Good Chain Gang. In fact, I'll quickly do this too, because I want to fit as much in as I can. I'm trying to keep these coming along as quickly as I can. I also had a request for Them Old Love Songs, which I've done as a video, but not a visual thing, just kind of an audio thing of me playing along to the recording, which I'm normally not a fan of, but as I say in the description of it, no one does Waylon songs right. So I figure, you know, I've got to put some up and do them right. So this tone is also appropriate for that. In fact, it's extremely appropriate. In fact, if anything more, I could possibly crank up the flange a bit, but I won't do that because that sounds terrible. I mean, kind of the purpose of the tone of the solo is to sound bad, I think. It's meant to sound nasty and just get your attention. You know, and it does that. You know, the first time I put it on the record, I just listened to it, I'm like, whoa! And it's, if I remember, it's track 2, so it's Waylon's first lead guitar part on the record, because the first track is the title track, Are You Ready for the Country? And he certainly makes his presence felt. And it's probably the first time he used a flange on a recording, because the phaser was used on The Ramblin' Man on a few tracks. So anyway, we'll look at that. I'll play you a chorus. I'll play you a chorus leading into it, and then I'll play you the solo, then we'll break it down. I wish I had me a true fine woman. Let her rock me all night long. Maybe we could get it together, like people do in them old love songs. Alright, really simple. D string, 4th fret. Bend to the 2nd fret. A string, 4th to 2nd. So quickly go to the low E string, 2nd fret, and bend that. Open E. After the E, open E note, or E string, you hit an A chord, kind of. I mean, you can just hit the A string. I like to hit the sort of the first 3 notes of an A chord. Then just hit the B note, which is the 2nd fret on the A string. Then, when it moves to the B chord, that's 4th fret on the A string. You slide that up to the 6th fret, and then hit the 4th fret on the D. So we're going from a C sharp to a D sharp to an F sharp. And that F sharp, we're doing the same sort of lick, going from on the D string, 4th fret, 6th fret to the G, 4th fret. Then back to the 4th fret on the D, bend it, back to the 2nd fret. So dig in hard for that one. You have to, and it's mostly picked. So there you have it. There's 3 Waylon guitar parts in one lesson. Remember, waylonlessons@gmail.com. I am working through them. If I haven't replied, I will get back to you soon. I've had a whole bunch of emails. I'm blown away. I've tried to knock out, as I said, as many as I can in this one, and there'll be more coming soon. Slow Roll and Low is going to come soon. That's a really popular one, among others. So stay tuned. And also, George Jones. Really sad to hear of his passing, and this one goes out to him. Because, as Waylon said, if we could all sound like we wanted to, we'd all sound like George Jones. And the song that comes from, It's Alright, it's actually a really cool Waylon guitar song. It's off the Music Man album, and it's track 2. So, I'm showing my nerdy ways there. But if you want to, kind of a schooling in Waylon guitar parts, that's one of the better tracks. So check that out and listen to some George Jones. One of my favourite Waylon cover versions that he does is The Race Is On, an early track, and that's covering George Jones. It's on the Bear Family set, Destiny's Child, so check that out. I'll catch you later. Thanks.